Hey, what is up, guys? As requested, I am going to be posting the full game for my fourth scrim with my team. This map is called CP Steel. If you're not familiar with CP, it stands for control point, and pretty much the offensive team has to control all the control points to win. What's very different about this map is that not only is the first point open, but also the final point is open as well, which is E in this case. And I just want to, before I actually go into depth about my whole game, I just want to make sure that I don't know. I got a couple messages. I thank you guys for this, and for the people who have messaged me. I appreciate you guys messaging me saying you guys want to see the full game. I just want to make sure if I just want to understand correctly. I should have asked another question as well. Do you guys want me to commentate over the entire game, or should I just post it up and just let you guys watch it on your behalf? So just in case, I want to play it safe, so I am going to be doing commentary through the whole entire match. I just want to let you know, if you're expecting a lot of headshots or awesome trick stabs or whatever, this is not the video. This video is specifically going to be showing me at my worst. I'm not just, I was on the bottom of the scoreboard pretty much both of the games in this match. And what's different about, what's different about this map for Spy is pretty much, I'm not saying every Spy has to do this, but because Spy has the invisible cloak, the watch, I am going to be using the cloak and dagger for this on offensive. The reason why is I'm going to be transferring intel to my team. So I'm telling them right now that, hey, there's a level 3 sentry about to kick our ass on B, or point B. And so I'm trying to get into position very, very slowly. I just wish I had a cardboard bots like Solid Snake did in Metal Gear Solid. But anyways, I'm trying to get my position set up here, so when my team finally comes in, that they can run in either with an Uber or not, and I can sap and distract the engineer. Issue is I kind of try to take them on by myself, which I shouldn't have, and I don't remember if I did away with it or not. But yeah, they Uber in, and I told them that I was gonna sap it. Unfortunately, I didn't, because the engineer, I'm assuming he heard me decloak, so that didn't really turn out too well. The other thing is I'm using the spice scroll again. The reason is because the main thing is Pyro. Pyro loves spy chat. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not mad or anything. I'm just saying they just love the spy chat. So again, here I'm not doing anything. I'm just telling my team where everyone's at. I see a medic. I try to see what his Uber charge rate is. If you're not familiar with it, spies, which I didn't know before until 2 games ago, I did not know the spy could actually read the medic's Uber charge rate. So, tip of the day there. And I was trying to use my ambassador to shoot the sentry before it was built, just, try to slow things down so my team can tap. So pretty much everybody, or on the opposite team, is setting up, and they're doing the thing very well. And as you can tell by the title of this video, this game didn't really turn out too well. So I just want you guys to learn from my mistakes. The thing is I know this map very decently. I know how to get from A to B, and B to C, C to D, D to E, A to E, etc. I know all the travel points between each point. So it's not like we failed because we didn't know where we were going. The reason why we failed is because we didn't have a very good strategy. The reason why we didn't have a good strategy is we don't play this map that much. I remember playing this. The last time I played this map, I would say it would be about 6 months ago, until I figured out that about roughly a week ago, the team scrim, or the scrimmage, was going to be on CP Steel. And that's when I started watching YouTube videos on CP Steel, tips and tricks. I went through the map and looked for hiding spots, trying to get myself somewhat of an advantage over the enemies. Unfortunately, we were playing against a very coordinated team. They knew what they were doing. They knew how to move together. Unfortunately, our team did not. So I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I didn't make any mistakes. I'm only saying is as a team, we didn't really know what we were doing. So we're pretty much running around, in my opinion, including myself, we were running around with, without any sense, and I'm sitting here waiting for these doors to open, and the rest of my team is pushing somewhere. So I feel like that I'm wasting energy right here. I mean, yeah, the enemy team might not be expecting me to come through this side. I don't know, but I don't know. I just felt like that I for myself, as my standards, I felt like that I didn't really do a good job. And the other thing I noticed is, as you can tell, that's a blue spy, or a blue pyro spy. That spy always disguised themselves throughout I'm pretty sure the entire game, he disguised himself as pyro. And for a team with that coordination, I was really surprised about that. I don't know if he did that on purpose, or he was just trying to troll us, saying, you guys suck so bad that I'm going to keep my camouflage or my disguise the same time throughout this entire match. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just blowing out of the water. I don't know. But anyways, back to the game. The other thing is with this teleporter, usually spies shouldn't be taking teleporters, but in this case, because nobody was spawning at the time, I took it anyways. And right now, we're trying to push on C. Whoops, I hit my pop filter. Right now, we're trying to push to C. And, because I'm the intel guy, I'm trying to do my thing. And this engineer freaking had an awesome headset because he heard every D quote I did. So it was really annoying, but, crap happens in life, so you just gotta deal with it. So, our team is building up an Uber. Most likely, they have an Uber charge as well. So we're probably gonna pop first, and then they're gonna pop behind if they have to. So it's a very frustrating battle right now. And so our engineer is trying to set up in the room between D and E. It's kind of like a middle point. I'll see if I can explain the map later. I just want to do this commentary right now. I don't know. I'm in the mood right now. I don't know why. Anyways, so I'm just waiting for some health right now. And again, our engineer is building up there. So when we finally tap C, hopefully, we can move all the way to D and E, and we'll have a teleport set up, which we already do. We'll have a level 3 sentry, and then we can keep the team in their, or keep the opposite team in their spawn. So I'm just looking around, helping the engineer. Again, I know I'm not doing much. I realize that. So this was a really big learning experience for me. I was very frustrated. I remember when this team finished, I remember that I didn't even play Team Fortress 2 until 2 days later. Like, I was that frustrated. And I know I'm not trying to be a sore loser or anything. I'm just saying that I take this game very seriously. And I really enjoy this game a lot. And, it's just annoying to see that, you think you understand the map, and then this team comes out of nowhere. I don't want to say out of nowhere, but this team comes out and they just pretty much wipe you with the floor. And it's not the best feeling, and I don't know. So, I don't know what happened there. I'm surprised I didn't even kill the sniper, but, it was just my luck that night that I just didn't do much. So, I don't know. But, yeah, so the reason why I was going for the sniper in this case was because our team is trying to push to D and E, and we're trying to do our best on keeping the long distance classes like sniper and soldier away. So we're tapping E and also C at the same time, and it's just a tricky situation because that's I don't want to say it's a beautiful thing about Steel or CP Steel, but what's great about Steel is if you want to bum rush E and actually tap it, you can win the game by doing that. The issue is because E is near from the red spawn point, because red is always on defense. From the red spawn point in the beginning, you can get to E and also A very easily. You just have to go through the spawn doors and poof, you're right there. So it's not that hard to defend it. The issue is this is what my team had trouble with, is when we're on defense and let's say someone is tapping E and the rest of their team is tapping A, our issue was okay, send so-and-so over, or send these 2 or 3 people over to stop the tap on E. And that's what our problem was. And like I said, we weren't coordinated at all. like I said, we understood the map. We had a very general idea of the map. It was just that we don't know that many strategies, So when it comes to defensive or offensive, it was just meh. I couldn't really do much. So here I was just again, I wasn't very. I'm being honest. I was not very coordinated, as you can tell. I was just running around trying to find a pick wherever I could find a pick, And so it was my fault for. I mean, yes, I was trying to, I was finding intel for my team, but I didn't really do a very good job at coordinating an attack with the rest of my team. I mean, of course, I in the very beginning, I worked with the engineer. I said, okay, I sap, you guys Uber in, But of course, it didn't work out. I mean, of course, nothing's set in stone when you're in a match. But yeah, and what's the other thing that's very frustrating about Steel is that because, as I said before, the final tap point E is always open. There's so many different types of strategies, which means not only is there there's so many options, but this map is non-linear. And by non-linear, I mean, for example, if you look at a Dust Bowl, for example, there's I think there's two or three points. I can't remember. I think there's 2 points, but usually there's 2 points, and you tap the first one, and after you tap the first one, you go to the second one. And with Steel, it's completely different. You can go to any one you want, and you can go through any passageway. Also, I want to comment about that backstab on the spy. I should have told my team that there was a spy going towards the E tap while we were tapping, and unfortunately I didn't. So when they turned, and thankfully the Pyro air blast, which he was doing his job, that's what Pyro's supposed to do. When the Pyro was air blasting him off the point, the spy got blasted into me, and I backstabbed him before I died. I mean, at least I got somebody on the bright side. If you want to be an optimistic person, yeah, I got somebody before I died. But yeah. So anyways, so with CP Steel, I can't really give you. I wish I could give you strategies on the map. I just don't know much about it, honestly. All I can tell you is the faster the tap time you have, or the faster the completion of all the tap times, the better you are, pretty much. And of course, you could be playing against a really crappy team. On the other hand, you could be playing against a very good team, like we were here. So for this time, now we are on defense. So my job, as the captain, my captain Euro, requested me to do, is to go Dead Rainer and use my ambassador so I can do headshots, and usually 99% of the time I use the ambassador anyways. So my job here is to see who moves to B, and also if the engineer has his level 3 already set up and wants to travel to B, as in beta, as well. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, as I mentioned before, there's different ways to win the game, and like I said, you can just go right to E and win the game. If you go to B, in the very beginning of the round, B leads straight to E. And right now, I am yelling to my team that everyone is pretty much moving to E right now. They're going to B to E. That's how it works. And suddenly then my team says, okay, they're falling back, they're doing a fake out, I think that's a little bit later on. But right now, they pull back, and I think, if I remember correctly, they go to E, or the A, sorry, A as an alpha. And it's just a very confusing map, because you can do so many different types of fake outs and different types of strategies to confuse your opponents. See, now they're pushing ledge. They had their Uber still, and they're running right up to ledge, and they're pushing straight in. Like I said, this team knew what they were doing. Yes, we did give them our best shot. Or except for that spy, of course, no pun intended. But we did give them our best shot, and I couldn't really do much here. I mean, yeah, that spy wasn't the best. I realize that, but again, one person, isn't, like a super. I mean, yeah, there are superstars out there, but one person can't do much. So I can tell my team who's on A, and with process of elimination, they can figure out, oh, okay, because these characters or these classes are there, I'm assuming these other classes that he did not call out call out are to be going to B. So, it's all about, especially on this map, communication is very key. Your mumble or ventrilo should be spammed with people shouting. I mean, of course, you don't want to do too much because then you can't hear anything, but you should always be telling spies, demos, whoever, whatever class, you should always be telling what your teammates, what the other team is trying to do. Again, what I said in the very beginning of the movie, don't expect any awesome headshots or anything. I completely suck right now. I'm barely hitting the spy. And, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, it was a mixture of frustration and also, impatience, because it's like, well, we tapped the previous game, we tapped in about 10 to 11 minutes, and then this team is much more coordinated. Oh, what a headshot. Anyways, the other team is much more coordinated, and the spy is just pretty much just doing absolutely, he's just distracting me from doing my objective. So now they're going to be working on, I don't know what other strategies they have, but they're going to be working together to see if you look at the bottom of the screen, one is tapping B and one is tapping E. And now you have to realize that, okay, since the people I'm defending are like, okay, who's doing, okay, for the people who are alive, who's doing where? For the people who are dead, who's also, where are they doing? So you have to quickly decide, because on the bright side, on CP Steel, well, it can be good and it can be bad. On CP Steel, the taps take very long to tap. So it does give you some time to think about what you're doing, but on the other hand, you don't want to stutter. You don't want to be like, okay, well, let's do this or let's do that. It's you gotta be like, okay, boom, we gotta do this because there's two people on E. Everyone transfer to E. Stop the tap at E. And then after we stop the tap, let's split up between going from E to B and also E to A. And listen, I'm pulling these strategies out of my ass right now, but you have to have a very with this map you can't. Let's just say this: with this map you can't bullshit. You have to know what you're doing, and because as I said before many times, since our team doesn't really know this map well, it's a really huge disadvantage for us. And now, as you can tell, right now, because C has not been tapped, the point E is like in the middle of this arena, like this pit, pretty much. And after you tap point C, the first level of rails come up, or walkways. The first level of walkway comes up. So people who can't double jump or launch themselves into the air can run onto the walkway and single jump onto point E. After the point D as in Delta gets tapped, that's when the full walkway pops up, so you can just walk gracefully across it. And then finally, on top of that, with a tap of D, you have the railings pop up as well. So there's different stages for it, so that's why I said, this map can be very, very confusing. Okay, so now that pretty much everything started up and we're getting the setup ready for Game 2, the really good spot for Spy on CP Steel when you're defending and you're at A is there's a, if you could look above me, there's a ledge. And that ledge leads from one of the spawn doors for the offensive team. Excuse me. And what happens is usually people don't like to look down. And right now, our engineer is building up the sentry, and he's going to be moving it to our ledge. So the thing is Demo is really good at spamming on both sides. The Demo is very good at spamming on over the ledge. And so the sentry placement right there, it gives it a lot more protection. And also, if the team just looks over the edge, or the spy does as well, they most likely will have a hard time seeing where the sentry's at, unless they can actually hear it beeping, because the sentry does give off a sound. So I'm getting ready for Armageddon right now, because I know the Demo's up there, the heavy, and most likely the medic as well. As you can see, he just dropped with the Zuber. So right now, I am just waiting for a good pick. I can't do anything because the medic is Ubered. So I'm just sitting there saying, okay, well, I see this person, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to headshot the medic and kill him, but unfortunately I don't. I don't know how I headshot it. I don't know how I headshotted the sniper, but anyways, it's better than nothing. So the demo comes back, and because they Ubered and dropped, they know where the sentry's at. So that's why the demo dropped some stickies, and he did his thing. So I got lucky there again with the pyro. He just shot his flare gun and completely missed, and then he just completely ignored me. So I don't know. So I'm doing my best right now to stop the point. I was able to hit the pyro. I got the medic lit, but I didn't kill him again. I did not kill him. So it just shows you that everyone has their off days, and today or that day was definitely not my best. And plus, my morale was pretty low. It's just like watching a team obliterate you. It's just not really the best feeling. Well, I really shouldn't say obliterate yet, because this game, I'm telling you, this was just rape. Honestly, it was just rape. It just showed me how bad myself and also my team is bad at CP Steel. So right now you can tell that there's a level 3 sentry on B, which is not a good sign. And I don't know what happened there. Our scout McMummy, at the time McMummy was playing scout, and he used his bunk, to I guess it's bunk. I don't play scout much. I apologize. Whichever soda pop you drink to become invincible when you run around, he used that at the wrong time. I'm assuming too early, and then the heavy came in with the Uber charge already lit, used, and then didn't even take out the sentry. So I can't really judge him, because maybe a spy came up or some other class came up, and the medic's health got very low, so he wanted to protect him and also his pocket. So I can't really say anything. But anyways, moving on. Now you can tell how coordinated they are, because they have 4 to 5 people on C with the medic, heavy, and probably everyone else. So a train is about to hit pretty hard. So you can also tell with control point maps, it only takes 4 people for a maximum tap rate. Once you have over 4 people, it's a waste. So that's how you can tell a good team is actually coordinated, is when you only see 4 people on the point, and the rest of the team that's not on the point is actually defending the point, looking around, telling their team what they see and which classes they're fighting against, while the other team is spy checking, the rest of the team is spy checking, and they're protecting. Now here's the worst part, is because there was pretty much no there's pretty much no battle going on at point C. That gave the medic an opportunity to build up an Uber. Now they got an Uber, they pushed right through from D to E, and they're on the point really good. I don't know what the heck I was thinking there. I shouldn't even have sapped that. If there's no point, I should just went straight for E. And, I do my best. I mean, that's all I can really do right now, is do my best. I try to hit somebody, but I get no luck whatsoever. So these guys cap everything in about 4 minutes or so. I can't remember. Yeah, okay, 4 minutes and 1 second. Close enough. So these guys just, I don't even think they use lube. I just think they just bent us over. Anyways, so right now I'm thinking, okay, we're thinking the only way to beat 4 minutes is to either go from straight to spawn, go through B as in beta, and then go straight to E. On the other hand, the other way to E, that's very okay. I don't want to say easy, but the other way to go to E is cap A, the very first point, and then there will be these very slow double doors that open up. So our team Captain Euro says, okay, we're talking amongst ourselves, saying, okay, should we go straight to E? Should we go through A? And we're trying to figure out what we should do. And so our team captain says, okay, they're going to expect us to go to B and then go straight to E. So my goal right now is to just see what's on B. Yes, I should be pushing with my team, but I just want to see if there's a sentry. Because I see the sentry, this is all I want to do. I just want to see who's on E. So I tell them there's a scout, and there's an engineer with a level 3 sentry. He's on B. So I'm telling my team, okay, there's going to be less resistance on A. So we do our best, and I don't know what's going on, but I see the kill feed going on. and they do their best on pushing forward. So I'm assuming the medic and soldier and demo died. I tell them again, I'll repeat myself, what's happened at B. I don't know why I decided to go for the sentry. Again, I wasn't thinking straight at the time because, again, my morale was low. We weren't doing well. I just didn't, I don't know. I was just losing interest in the game. I was like, we're done. I just don't care. So, I'm just harassing the engineer, just doing whatever. Again, that was something wrong. I should not have been doing that. I should have been pushing to A with my team to help out my team, because someone who can disguise himself as the enemy team and also get behind enemy lines is a very valuable player when you're in this situation. So they're on ledge and snipers with me going to I can't remember this position on CP Steel. It's not field, I just can't remember it, but finally we push on A. They let us have it. The reason why they let us cap A, it's not because they felt pity. It would have been nice if they felt pity for us, but the reason why is because right now, you might not see it, but they're setting up behind those double doors that I was talking about earlier. And there's a little glitch where the pyro can, after A is tapped, the pyro can shoot his flamethrower through the double doors and light anyone on fire who's behind him. So that's the reason why A was tapped very easily, or seemed pretty easy. So I was thinking about going to B and going around, go around from the back, because that's what Spy does best, is going behind enemy lines without being seen most of the time. So I did a very bad decision there. I should not have done that. I should have followed my instincts about going to B and going behind them, because everyone is looking at A right now, those double doors. They're looking at A because they're like, okay, that's the fastest way. They only have 1 minute and 43 seconds left if you look at the timer at the top. They only have 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and this is the fastest way. And not the least resistant path, as you can tell. So I tell my team, do not go ledge, do not go ledge. There's a sniper down there. So I try to pick him. He must have heard me decloak, because I didn't see him again. He immediately ran. So I peeked around the corner. I wanted to see what was going on. I did not want to push, because I did want to push my luck. As you can tell, our luck wasn't that well that night. So I tell them that there's a pyro guard in A, I need some backup, and there's a level 3 sentry. So I go to the window, which is near your blue spawn. I'm assuming blue spawn, but no, I'm sorry, red spawn. It's a little window near red spawn. The sniper lights to camp there. As you tell, my sniper was there. I went up there, and luckily, it was just a very lucky incident. I saw the engineer in the sentry. I sniped the engineer with the headshot. I do my best on shooting the sentry. The sniper helped me take it out, and then it was gone. So I told my team, hey, level 3 is gone. That's why you see the red team push back. So now we only have 30 seconds left, and I don't think, from my experience, I don't think it's possible to tap E with only 30 seconds left. And that's why you see, I think it's Storetta, I can't tell from the quality of the video right now, but Storetta saying good game. And this was not on purpose. I was really trying to jump around that ledge. Of course, it was a failed jump, and I die. So I think it was perfect timing in the long run. I don't know. It was just horrible. So guys, I really do appreciate you guys listening to me for about roughly 30 minutes. Again, if you guys want me to keep commentating on a full match, please let me know. I just don't know if you would like me to keep what I'm doing now, where I'm doing just the highlights of the video. Well, this video had no highlights, but anyways, just do the highlights of the video and then commentate over those. Or do you want me to do something like this, where I'm doing the full game with commentary? So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys listening to my voice this whole time. So thanks for watching, and I will be posting sometime this week. So take it easy, guys, and have a nice July 4th weekend. Bye-bye.